We have to put our hands up when the sun goes down. We have to put our hands up when the sun goes down. We have to put our hands up when the sun goes down. We have to put our hands up when the sun goes down. When the sun goes down.
You got it
When the sun goes
Just tell me where you wanna go. Let me take you there. You see, I've been around the globe. I've seen a lot, babe. But I wanna see what's above. I wanna see what's below. Just tell me where you wanna go. You can name the place, yeah, you can name the time. We can leave it all behind. No stop or rewind. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, baby, we should go. Get set, go, take off. Tell me where you wanna go. North Pole, East, West, baby, I'll go anywhere. We'll take a plane and take a boat. I don't really care, just as long as it will get us there. Cause I wanna see what's above. I wanna see what's below. Just tell me where you wanna go. You can name the place, yeah, you can name the time. We can leave it all behind. No stop or rewind. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, baby, we should go. Get set, go, take off. We can leave it all behind. Why? Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, maybe we should both get set, go, take off.
here on our own. Would you offer it another money mind? Oh, you want she been in your bedroom? I know that. Feeling her on your skin. Think I don't know where your head's at. Where do I begin? Wrapping your fingers around her late at night. On our own, we jump, we fall, forgotten world. We're running out, running out, running out.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's TGH Weekly Skirmish. Tonight, we'll be watching the lowest bracket, so I and Plat battle it out to win that lovely crate of Red Bull and some sweet, sweet honks. My name's Untitled Lasagna, and I'm joined by none other than Hell Monkey Man. How are you doing, my friend?
You know what? I just got out of hold on. Get out! I said get out! I'm so sorry. They followed me in here.
Oh
Oh,
my
my
God,
goodness.
what the-
Look, it's the goose house. Oh my goodness. Sorry. It gets a
Gotta
little
keep them
bit.
geese under control.
Look, they did. Look, they fly in through my window. They poop in my garage, and then they say that they want some curry. And I heard that there's some good curry over there right now. And tiny
There is some-
lasagna.
There is some
We-
great curry over here right now.
And then you know
Got-
what's your favorite flavor of curry? Because it sounds like that you have some good stuff over.
I'm very much just a tikka masala kind of guy. You know, it's very
Mm.
very bog standard, but you know,
Okay,
you
all
gotta be
right.
done. And what about you, Monkey Man? Are you a curry guy?
So I've only just been recently introduced to it. I just got into kebabs, which
Kebabs.
oh
Wow.
kebabs, they're so good. But I was told that tikka masala may be the way to go. But you're talking about
Tikka
that
masala is
being,
definitely a very way
I
to
mean,
go.
you're talking about that being our standard kind of pick. I think that we got a standard pick when it comes to our lower skirmish tonight. When it comes to our first map.
Yep, we are on Ascent, I believe, tonight. So definitely an interesting map. I will be expecting to see some interesting plays, as always, coming in from our lowest bracket.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is that kind of plat and below. It's that kind of sphere of all right, let's get everyone that wants to be able to participate. They have a great kind of draft structure making for these teams every week. And honestly, it's been so fun being able to kind of see these teams, these players into this community
For sure.
grow. I think there's like I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Ryan can immediately just honk bonk me or something. But there's like nearly
Honk
nine
bonk.
to yeah the honk bonk, but nearly like 9 to 10,000 people that have jumped into the Goose House, and it's wild to be able to see this consistency, especially in this region. Like you guys, you party it up over there across the pond,
Of
man.
course, of course. It blew up ages ago. I think there was a TikTok put out by one of the stream team members, and it absolutely blew up. And the Goose House just went mental afterward. And to be honest, it's good to see. I'm so happy to see these tournaments doing so well, especially for someone that plays in them every week. I mean, it's great for me to actually be here casting these now as someone that used to play in them quite a lot. I still do, but now I'm in the uppers bracket. So
Oh, okay. So now you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
wait.
we're moving up in the world.
Okay, all right. Is there a lot of stress having to go up to that frame? I guess now that you're kind of in the upper echelon, you have a better look at what we're going to be going into, especially for the quintessential map that is Ascent.
I never feel any sort of stress with these things because at the end of the day, it's all for fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to win some Red Bull and some honks, but you do it for fun, don't you? That's the whole point in this. You know, it's to have fun, get everyone playing together, and also for people to learn off of other people. You know, you're playing a higher bracket as Diamond One, and you're playing with Immortals. You're gonna learn some things. You know.
At least you hope so.
Yeah.
What,
Well,
what
yeah,
I've
it's
been
true.
what I've been learning is that the killjoy onto this map in particular, and nearly onto every single map, is kind of the quintessential sentinel. But it's looking like that we're getting a bit of difference when it comes to the
Initiator
initiator
here.
player. Yeah, because like KO and as well as Sova have been kind of the mainstays. That nice combination from sussing people out. We have a very meta sort of pick. Team Vendetta, but Team Celestial is coming a little bit different. It looking like they want to be aggressive off of the Jet and the Reyna.
I'm quite intrigued to see a Viper on here. That's not something you normally see on Ascent.
Yeah.
Killjoy though, it absolutely dominant on Ascent. As a Killjoy main, this makes me happy to see, and I will be looking at these setups with great intrigue. Again, double initiator from Team Vendetta, great idea, I would say. Not too sure about the Viper though, but this will be interesting to see because I guess if played right, Viper can be very good on Ascent.
I used to see kind of almost a Viper versus Astra duel. This was like 2 or
Yeah,
3
see,
patches ago.
Astra used to be really, really dominant on Ascent, and to be honest with you, she
Yeah.
still is, but it's a lot harder to play. It's not
Yeah.
as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, it feels more chess match style. Like
Yeah.
if you don't use it right, and then you end up kind of a 2 or 3 moves behind. But that's not what we get to see. We get to see kind of that talk screen where you may get committed into. That is going, I believe, going to be defensively. Actually, are they on the attack first or the? I
I
think
did
they're on.
not see that.
Okay, we'll get to see eventually, right?
Yeah,
But
we'll
yeah,
just go through these little V-reels. You can catch some glimpses of the map looking its best from the production team, making it look absolutely stunning, as
you think
always.
what do you think the best pizza that they give out over there is?
As long as it's not got pineapples on it, I am thoroughly against that, and that's
Okay,
going to raise some concerns. But I'm
so
sorry,
I
everyone.
I used to be anti pineapple, and for the most part, I still am. I know we may not become friends after this, but
You know
we,
what? I respect
but
your opinion.
well, I only like it if I get nice crispy bacon with it because that hyper saltiness of the smokiness of the bacon instead of ham really plays with the sweetness of the pineapple.
I can
Okay,
see that. I can
yeah.
see a good salty sweet kind of flavor. Like it mixes well on the tongue. It's like having bacon with pancakes. I never thought that would be good until I tried that, and then I tried it, and I was like, "Wow, this is incredible."
You never thought bacon with pancakes? That's like
Well,
default.
it's not a
What?
thing in Britain. It's not a thing in the UK. I went to
Okay,
an American
true.
restaurant when I was younger, and I was like, "Bacon with bananas on pancakes?" I was like, "That's criminal." And then I tried it, and honestly, I tried it. I was like, "Wow," I was blown away.
There's a
I
reason that
was
our
surprised.
There's a reason our children are very obese over here. Okay, that's it's a very real thing. Oh, we enjoy so much when it comes to food, but we also have a tech pause right now as we're just kind of getting the views around the map and waiting for
See
everything to
Killjoy
kind of
just
start.
look at him sitting backside. That's a textbook me play right there.
Do you
I can
do you
imagine that
enjoy?
setup down lane. There's nothing you could see better than when you pop those two mollies and you get 2 or 3 of them with that.
Is that your
Absolute
favorite
bliss.
place to be when you've set up that lane, or do you like more being up to steps and kind of in that CT
Yeah,
corner?
see, I will either play backside or I will play on the steps. It just depends where my mollies are set. Because normally, if my mollies are set towards the entrance of things, I play on the steps so I can swing out when I pop the mollies.
Okay.
You have a bit more of a chance of getting a pick there. But each to their own at the end of the day. Perhaps Live here will pop something that we won't even expect. You never know.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, yeah, I could definitely see that because if you're playing off your molly, then you got a little bit of extra chip damage, even if they don't die, and then you can try and off.
Yeah,
Are you more of an all util use classic kind of person, or do you like to go up for the ghost buy?
I definitely believe as a sentinel you should be buying all of your util. Especially as Killjoy or Cypher, your equipment is so valuable to be used. And a lot of the time the same with initiators. Anyway, we set off the round here. Looks like they're going A site as well. Bit of a passive play though. Not
Kind
too
of
sure if they're wanting to commit to that yet. I think they
look
can quickly see that. Got the
looks a
Reyna lurking up
little.
mid here.
Yeah, I think they're playing off of this. To be honest, this is they went for the ult orb immediately. I think to build up into the lockdown ultimate, and then they're trying to be able to open up
Yeah.
space, and that's being given away. And now they can be able to
Reyna
get a
gets
free
one.
kill. Oh man,
We're gonna see Brimstone pushing out a plat here into Clubby. Not able to pick anyone up though. Jet gets one. And the opposing Jet gets another.
trades. The defense really kind of
Yeah. Looks like they're going for B
running
though.
back.
Are they gonna meet that Killjoy?
Yeah, Rakamaki's able to get one,
The
and
bomb's going down.
Elias, I don't, and they're gonna kill me for butchering their name.
Rakamaki on 13 HP here. I'm sort of hoping to see him bait himself out for the other team just so that he can
Oh,
get the frags. Killjoy tries to get one, gets the switch, but is unfortunate in the kill from the KO there.
this long
Celestial
swing.
backside, so it's just Twisted Vendetta left now. How's he gonna do it? Is he gonna get one? Celestial swings, he's both weak. And unfortunately Celestial wins that. Well played.
Celestial's able to get, that was team captain versus team captain. Vendetta was very weak, but Celestial was making better of the footsteps, trying to be able to swing out from that backside boathouse. So, good looks for the attack. You were talking about being kind of passive. It looks like they really want to build into that ult economy first if they can, and then free stuff up from mid. I think that's pretty textbook, especially if you're playing around that lockdown to open up some free space. But even from the defense losing, it looks like Tuna Onigiri, which is pretty delicious, by the way, is going to go into that Marshall and maybe play from this cubby.
See how he gets. See how they get. Jet unfortunately able not to get one here. Ren opting to throw the smokes and get out of that straight away. Can't blame him. And we see Sky walking up cubby with a Bucky here. Is she able to meet anyone? You can just see someone there. Just peek in that garden area. And there goes the setup. Liv gets one.
Ooh.
The Jet pushes from behind though, unfortunately, and it's taking Liv down there.
Oh my goodness. So Onigiri was seeing a swarm of players attacking through mid, and they were actually just throwing some Marshall bullets down lane, but ultimately they still broke through. And so this becomes a 2-on-3, which is very much more favoring Team Vendetta this time around.
Celestial can win this bonus, but as you see, the Jet is very weak here.
They're still hitting him with
A nice
Marshall.
shot. Killjoy goes down. It's all down to Jet. He gets one. Jet gets one. Can she get another? It's over peaks.
Oh my!
Oh, he goes for it, but unfortunately.
So that reminds me of so many different Omen plays where they kind of just straight up face wash you with a paranoia, and then they TP around you. So it's that teleports
Sometimes it
behind
works.
you moment. But that was a great pickup. Again, it was made even better by the fact that the Jet came around, Celestial came, or rather, Celestial came through and was able to grab him from behind. And so there was a good defensive position, but ultimately the defense came in a little bit better off of the retake. So far, so good as we kind of split the first. Now, I am curious because you're saying you went from lowers to uppers here, Untidy. So whenever you have these first couple of rounds split, the eco goes a little bit wonkier than the normal 2-1. So do you still play just kind of more into util and just maybe some sheriffs in your back pocket?
Yeah. So again, for me myself as a Killjoy player, I will pretty much always prioritize my util. That's my go-to really. I know a lot of Killjoy mains don't. People will pick up as a ghost or something like that, or a frenzy. But for me, I'd rather have my util because I think it's more reliable. Especially if you're getting it all used. I mean, you know, as a sentinel or as an initiator, all of your util should be on by the end of that round. The one thing as well as a Killjoy main is, especially coming up against a Brimstone, you want to make sure you get your ult before Brimstone gets his, because if you've got a Brimstone on the other team and there's a Killjoy ult, you almost guarantee that Killjoy ult is going to be taken down by a Brimstone ult, and that can really stop a push. That will shut down your push in seconds.
This push has been kind of push has been kind of stalled. They were trying to use the talk screen to be able to get themselves a free look up catwalk, and now coming straight through. Tony Onigiri is trying to help out from mid as this is a 2v2.
See the
they actually
smoke
put
come
the
in here to
cloud
block off the site. Can they isolate that Killjoy? Killjoy goes down. Are they aware of the other one in the corner? They're not. Tuna Onigiri still gets the kill. Origami? Almost dud.
Hey, they were folding people, so you know maybe Origami works in that regard. But a good bounce back by Team Vendetta as Team
Great
Celestial.
bounce back. We're back onto the 2-1 now.
Yeah, they've been unable to really kind of find themselves in a good position for consistent attacks. They've really taken over mid, but that last time around, everything was too measured. Well, maybe not too measured. It was too telegraphed because they pretty much put the talk screen straight down catwalk, and now we have a trade of a Blade Storm because the Blade Storm was used opposite side, and now Onigiri wants to use it here in round 4.
We're gonna see it come in here.
Oh boy.
Whiffs the first few knives, decides to get out of there, but Sky was not letting Jet out. Not a chance. See the KO knife come in here. And unfortunately, Killjoy takes down the Reina there. Playing in market now instead, opting to swing off with the util I'm seeing. Can they get onto site?
Oh!
Sova goes down. What a lovely shot from Sky, but Liv is there to pick up the kill.
Expose themselves a little bit too much to that
2v2
sentry.
now. The turret pings, so they know that there's still somebody in B main there. But do they know they're in the corner?
I don't know if
Somebody
they-
on site I see as well?
Yeah, you have one on site, you have one up in the corner, but the spike is actually all the way down from main. So they have to backtrack to get over to it, and they're trying to be able to take this fight against Liv.
Liv gets another one on a 3k now.
Yeah, so Celestial's just going to die to Liv. I guess counterintuitive to the namesake, but now you have this
Piper
1v.
goes for it. KO gets it.
They have to
Team
walk
Vendetta
over.
now.
They have to go get that spike, but they got stuck
It's
at the very
unfortunate.
start. Yeah.
Unfortunate indeed. Look at that shot from the sky there. Lovely little one tap there. And live again with a free K.
First four. The first one, honestly, the pistol round here in the semifinal for our lower skirmish, hit up by Celestial. Since then, it's been a lot of good control of this Vendetta team. Rakamaki has been able to kind of rotate around, be able to put smokes where they need to. And they have some panic mollies that they kind of throw into those corridors. But Tuna Onigiri has been massive. Liv came up strong in that last one, really just kind of holding their positions.
That little free K there was absolutely perfect. I mean, Liv managed to take off 3 people there. And it slowed the push as well. The Killjoy money is just excellent placement there. You see Jet now peeking to tiles to see if she can get anyone, but unfortunately unable to meet. They're onto site, they've got A now, and Celestial get another. Celestial gets 2. The Killjoy ult comes down. Question is now is where do you go as Celestial? There's nowhere to. Oh no, apparently back site's free.
Plan to be able to get at least the spike down. It created a
Where's the
lot of
Sova in
space.
all of this. See the
Opposite of
alarm.
them.
There he is. Drone's coming in.
No one. The spin to win off the owl drone just didn't work out. Tuna Onigiri is going to drop down that operator.
Making sure there's nobody hell as well. You got to clear those angles. Celestial peak takes Tuna Onigiri here, and that's around to Celestial. Well played.
Celestial with the ace off of their team and off of the rip. They created so much pressure early on. Everyone trying to operate from backside, and that lockdown pushed everyone away. Celestial's 11-3 right now. Through the first
Celestial
5.
just showed us how it's done.
Yeah, able to find some good
Absolutely
rips.
smashing the lobby.
We do have the Seekers primed for Project Saint, which could be able to push some peeps away. You also have the operator now in the hands of FP Rising, as they're one away from the Empress. So this could be a very aggressive round if Celestial want to be able to tie up the first 6.
Be interesting to see here whether or not Team Celestial can back it up again. I mean, they've won that round. Can Celestial keep it going? Getting his team onto site. That's what we need to see.
Tight angle being held right now. See the leg peek. Now it's just about the jiggle trades. Celestial.
Jet v Jet battle, but Celestial takes it here. We see the Sky Dog come in. Live again, holding this angle just outside of A main.
Try and play off that delay. Now look at this mid. Rakamaki's going to take
Double
so much
tile
damage.
swings.
Yeah.
Brimstone throwing the smoke down, deciding he's not having any of that. He doesn't want
I
that
know.
smoke.
That hurts your feelings and your
They've
body.
taken down Viper there.
Uh-oh.
Celestial again with another kill.
Anyone in front of Celestial.
And another from Project Saint, Sky. Look where Celestial is now. He gets one. Does he get the Sova? He does not. They have managed to take down the Killjoy ult though, and Celestial take another round.
That is a... Let's run it back. That is a 10 to kill diff run against the likes of Vendetta, and it was Celestial that opened up all that space, and Xerox was unable to get more, as they had to deal with those pushing in from those flanks, even from window over to box. 14-4, grabbing 3 more on that round is Celestial. And you know what? Be it I'm gonna mess up this name. It's just how is it what it is. Blautish? I have no idea how to say that, but oh my goodness, a big flash trying to be able to get it. If they had been able to turn and not get half flashed off of their teammate, they may have been able to get 3.
Looks like somebody's been watching a bit of TikTok.
Is that one of the big TikTok plays right there?
There is a man that is all about being a pocket KO, and there's like a lovely little one where they throw the flash into tiles and the Jet dashes up, and obviously they get one there, but unfortunately can't pick another. See the Jet smoke here to block Brimstone's angle. Killjoy now lurking up through B main, but are they aware of the other Killjoy? Unfortunately so. Gets the other Killjoy off of that angle nicely. And again, Killjoy. We're seeing some moves now from the other Killjoys. Celestial pushing onto site. Got 3v2 right now. It's just have to depend, because Team Vendetta here, all they need to do is take one pick and it's evened up again. It just depends if they can get that one.
At a much more disadvantageous angle,
See the
though.
Server Dart coming in here. Can Brimstone get it? He can't. It's all down to Xyrox. Xerox?
Maybe a bit of both. Gonna be trying to
Perhaps
copycat
opting
as
for a
best they
save
can.
here. Sky. He tries to
Oh.
run back, but Sky was not letting him away from that. Absolutely not. You ain't getting
Zyro-
away from me.
Xerox, Xerox, whatever they want to be. Good play to be able to get that early trade. You know what? The best thing that you can do is create some space. The defense tried to come up strong and find some big kills, but it was the attack that stayed steady, working into that B main push. 15-4 for Celestial. And hey, shout out to Bloodtish. They didn't have any kills rolling into this round. They find 3 in that one, and that's got to be a confidence booster because, I mean, obviously you have a very powerful duelist in front of you to be able to kind of exponentially create space and get kills, but you want to be able to have your KD as well. Empress gets popped. Lear does as well, and it looks like we're getting aggressive
Getting a
moving on
double
side
blind
A.
to see what the Reyna can do. We see the Brimstone molly come in, and Jet's just straight out. Celestial creating so much space for their team there. Liv able to pick up one with the turret. Turret diff. See the shock dart come in, but FP Ryzen is not having any of that. He's thinking, well, how dare you shoot me with that pistol, and just take them down. They are now peeking in the wide angle, trying to take on the Viper.
Oh,
They've taken out not one, but 2 people with the classic then, by the looks of things.
oh, it's
Alex
fish in
is
a
on the lurk.
barrel.
She gets one. Retreats back after the first kill. Always smart. See Blautish on site now. Gets one.
Oh,
Oh, Jet with the right click. Now it's just a case of 1v1. Can Alex clutch it out against Onigiri?
one time ping it.
See,
They do peek around, but
Onigiri is unable. Well, Onigiri meeting the head there. Unfortunately, FP Rising is unable to get the kill.
that was such a good bait. You get that single ping, and you have to at least think about it because you have no idea, especially if they shift walk away. And this one could have been an even bigger play by FP Rising. They do have one escape, and that ended up being Tuna Onigiri that was the difference maker later in that round to be able to clutch up and find that 4th for them. And so now, through the first 8, it's
Timing
all
got
tied.
FP Rising there more than anything. You see, as FP Rising swings out of heaven there, Jet is just already past the field of view, unable to pick up the headshot.
Yep. That could have been a big 3 if they'd been able to tag Tuna first. They went with the nearest, but it should have been the furthest. You know, the woulda, coulda, shoulda
You
goes
see
away.
the balance of these teams. Celestial is at the top, but Team Vendetta here have got a pretty even amount of kills between them, so it's sort of balancing it out a bit.
One big duelist, one big killer.
The thing is with one big killer is you can get as many flash and fancy kills as you want, but if your team's not performing with you, then you may as well just it may as well just be over there and then.
It's true, but that's why it's been great to be able to see a few of them stand up. You have one trapped in logs, and
Yeah.
so the No Fun Police and the Viper's Pit meet at one another.
Airwalk goes down.
Yep.
Like, it looks like they're going for the res. Zyrox trying desperately to meet some bodies here when he's spam shooting, but
We'll get the res. Okay.
you get the res. They make it 4v3, and you can see there's one in B main here, which is Celestial. The other 2 are on site. The Celestial's in a good position. Unfortunately, Tuna Onigiri does not respect that position whatsoever, taking him out.
This cat and
Again, we
mouse
see
game.
the 1v1 from Jet and Reyna again. See if FP Rising can get some revenge here.
They saw him. Now it's another
saw him.
peek.
The blind comes in. Tuna Onigiri flicking for that blind. Unfortunately, FP Rising unable to get the kill there, and that's another round that goes to Team Vendetta.
Even when Tuna Onigiri is in a position of discomfort as well as disadvantage, because FB Rising had been able to sneak all the way around, but it was Tuna that didn't wait too long to be able to take that to him. This one was a crazy fight because you had the Viper's Pit that was trying to be able to create some space and create basically a smoke screen to move through. It didn't take up much more than just the opening entryway, but the swarm grenades popping open and off kept them delayed from actually moving through, because otherwise they're going to go through a field of fire. And we're going to have a real rifle round for the most part. It's going to be some Spectres in a couple of people's hand, an Operator in the
I
likes
was
of
going to say, we're seeing that
Tuna.
op coming from Tuna Onigiri now.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those so far.
Peeking tiles as well, and it looks like they're all going for it, but the Jet Smoke straight away blocks his field of view. Blocks their field of view. Takes a shot and she whiffs it. Pulls the knives out instead and runs back.
Oh,
Takes another op shot and unfortunately unable to connect. Deciding, opting to not bother with that at all. You see the Brimstone ult now as well, coming in. Brimstone unable to meet one. That gets them onto site. Jet going for the high dash. Unfortunately, just unable to get the Reyna. Gets him
wow.
that time. Gets her that time. Sky goes down, that's 2. Doesn't look like Tuna Onigiri knows their Jenny. Celestial gets him. Celestial's on. You see Liv in the op here. Gets Celestial. It's a 1v1 now. Viper has to push that ult. Is it
There's enough
planted to Viper?
time. They do get half. If they hear the drop.
Oh, the drop. Viper got stuck on the box and managed to let Team Vendetta get the defuse there.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Some big Bladestorm kills as well by Tuna Onigiri is met in opposite by Celestial as each of those Jets do get a 3K. But that little box, they were trying to climb on top of the box to be able to get back over to him, and they just couldn't get to
I
it.
don't know if
So,
they were trying to climb on top of it or they were trying to go around, but
I mean, it was one
just
or the
wasn't
other
enough
because
time.
yeah, it looked like they had hopped at least high enough maybe to get to it, but maybe also using it as a barrier. But
Liv putting that ult down was absolutely perfect. You forced the Viper to push for it. You either have to push for that or you push for the kill, and you know you're pushing for that kill, you're panicked. And just enough time to get the defuse off there as well. Oh, Celestial taking out Rakamaki then. What a lovely shot.
a lot of again, this is kind of that primary gadget section, and you kind of change up where your sentry goes if you're the
See where
Killjoy.
Liv's here. Jet going for
Boy.
the switch. Doesn't look like Liv knows that someone's there. Unable to meet Celestial there, unfortunately. Now we see a 2v3 to Team Vendetta.
Ooh. Rising finds them from behind, so the plant will be accomplished, but you have all of one Tuna Onigiri, but they can find multiples in these rounds, and they have been doing so. Just about a matter of timing. You have one at steps, you have the sentry opposite of them. That's on site.
Are we going to see Tuna Onigiri clutch this? There's only one on site here. The other one's playing in market.
Oh, they should be able to make this swing.
He gets one. Jet gets one. And she get another. You see the other one in B main. But she's on it. Jet's unaware of that, unfortunately. Now there's going to be a double swing coming in.
Oh,
Unfortunately, just unable to do anything with that pinch. Tuna Onigiri going down. Another round down to Team Celestial.
this one is actually a very tight match overall. There was a chance for Tuna Onigiri to be able to get this, but they didn't know where the other two players were as they rotated in. So this one becomes Celestial's time to shine as their squad is able to have one more chance here in this first half. 21-8. 21-8. Nearly into a 3.0 KD off of the rip of the first half of play. We've got a lot of ultimates ready for Celestial as well. They could be able to pretty much use anything and everything except for a Viper's Pit. Team Vendetta is just going to have to be able to, have the better sight lines, have the good guns.
You see both Jet mains here, though. They're both doing bits for their team. Tuna Onigiri opting for the Stinger this time.
You Stinger advocate? Like the Stinger?
I am. Stinger meta is... it's been nerfed, don't get me wrong, and the price for it now is obviously probably a bit more balanced, but that thing still shreds. It doesn't do so much at range, but at long range, but close range, you're absolutely ripping people apart with that thing. You see a Viper rushing up mid with the op, which is a very interesting angle to be holding.
Basically a baseball bat.
FB Rising going straight into the spawn. K and I picking up one there. Unfortunately unable to meet Twisted Vendetta here. Sky getting the flash, taking out Liv. 3v4 now to Team Celestial. All going down the same way though. I wonder how that's going to face for them.
I mean, they're trying to be able to have a bundle of death all in
Project
one spot.
Saint being in this corner could be a very great chokehold for Viper peeking here. You just have to be a bit patient, let your Viper go down and then you can get the trade off of that, especially when they're reloading. Like now, there you go. Sky gets one. That's around to Team Celestial, so at half time we're 6-6.
All knotted up. Nowhere to go except to the next half. And I feel
Now
like
we're going to see Blauertish play on defense as Killjoy now and see if he plays any differently to how Liv has been playing this game.
it was a tough start for him because they honestly took a while to be able to find anything. But This team really just kind of existed behind the tip of the spear, which was Celestial themselves, the namesake of the squad. You were saying it was much more balanced across from them on Team Vendetta. I think that's very true. But again, Jets. This is a duel of the Onigiris and the Celestial beings. 22 is pretty good, but they're going to be set to receive. And I think this team is very much built for attack. So I wonder. I think Vendetta could have a better agency spread for these particular characters to be
I
able
can
to be a bit
agree.
more balanced. Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see. We see the KO knife going against this close wall here, obviously picking up 2 in the Sky and the Reyna. Notice Celestial just running through their spawn. He doesn't care. They've obviously sent him there, and I think he's going to catch. He's definitely going to catch the Sky. Is he going to catch the Reyna as well? That's the question. At the moment, they're opting just to stay around and not doing too much. Playing a bit passive, waiting to see if they can get a pick off here.
Slowly but surely. You have a bundle of 3 and 2. Spike leaned over to A.
See that Killjoy Molly just sat there. He
Oh
pops
boy.
that. He gets him out the corner as well. Unfortunately, it's a Jet though. Jet able to dash out that. And the Viper one way as well. Project Saint going now. There's 3 people trying to push out that A main. Smoke comes down and Sky is just not willing to deal with that.
Be able to get this plant off. They have one lurking around in garden, and you're going to have at least a couple swarms. As Liv is going to be putting up all the gadgets around it. Nice little
See what I
mountain of them.
mean though, as an attacking Killjoy. We've got the Ghost and the Swarm. And I believe there was an alarm bot as well, but I don't know if they might have brought... Perhaps they didn't buy just an alarm bot. Project Saint gets a swing on KO. On the defuse already, Killjoy popping the molly. One goes down. One Jenny. Viper gets one. And she get another. Killjoy takes him down.
Actually,
Oh, but the defuse...
Oh my goodness!
Blauertish gets the defuse there. The bomb just out of view for them to be able to peek it A main.
Oh, that's why you want to plant more towards end of Jenny.
rough.
Oh, that creates the ninja defuse situation, and that's rough as well. But look at this kind of at least concept of this force up, as they got a lot of kills for that attack from Vendetta. Ultimately, this was a great retake as they actually swung that off the guiding light from the Sky, but that one just you had a lot of confidence being able to kind of have that sight line. Didn't realize how deep you planted it because of having to do so while surrounded with people at tree and as well over into heaven.
You see
So
both teams here forcing out weapons now, so this is going to be interesting to see how it goes. Oop, scratch my mic. Sorry about that, chat. You see the Skydog here, it kind of comes up and hits the back of A main, but doesn't quite clear like towards the catwalk and stuff like that, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I would have thought you would angle your wolf a bit just to see if you can get anyone. But look where she's playing. I could be in for a free kill here. Gets one. Unable to get the second or the third, unfortunately. That does, however, give Team Vendetta a stinger now. I didn't realize there's a Spectre there by the looks of things, though.
break that door as it comes down. That toxic screen moving
They
through
planted
also.
in the same sort of spot though. If you see, like, I still feel like they could get that. They could get that ninja diffuse off.
How deep is it? It looks like they may commit someone to actually holding it a little bit longer, though. That's the key.
Yeah.
They're not going to give up this position for free.
Team Celestia won the force, but it doesn't look like it's going to be going too well here. Team Vendetta able to pick them down. See if Tuna Onigiri can beat out Blauertish. I'm swinging out, but Blauertish just not allowing him to get that.
Should be able to get this one
Yep,
off.
he just gets it.
Oh man, that's always the
plenty of
sweat
time.
fest.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, not even close. Again,
Blauertish could have waited there a couple more seconds for that.
Blauertish may have just been waiting for a defensive half. Because honestly, they seemed a little bit uncomfortable going into that attacking half, but they had to flow behind Celestial. But so far, just holding these positions has been absolutely pivotal. And Tuna Onigiri just keeps themselves
missing every single shot there.
That stinks because obviously you have a single shot ghost and they have a Spectre in hand, and then you have to just be able to connect a single dink. But that slow-mo, thank you so much, Observers Production, to be able to kind of get that to us. It was all of just like a foot, an inch, I guess over here, maybe a centimeter apart to make it work. Onigiri, what are you doing? What is this? Is this a lineup? What is this?
So you're reading through the chat as well.
Okay, hold on. Oh?
Oh,
Oh?
Project Saint in the same spot again. just holding it there.
Right, well, you get the lineups. We also get
Hmm.
at least a bit of sneak peeking. The sheriff in hand. They've only been able to
Fortunately,
have a
unable to meet
couple.
though with the sheriff there.
Looking for some bonus time out here.
Opting to go for the molly there probably wasn't the best shout from Viper, unfortunately.
This one's gonna be planted a little bit more to near in Ginny. Actually use the 0-point knife to see if anyone is up in heaven, which I think they did get at least one shut
See if
down.
Zyrox doesn't check the corners, Blauertish there. And punished harshly for that. And now it's just on Celestial. Thinks doesn't realize. Air Flash comes in.
Oh.
Oh! Oh, Celestial unable to get the last one there, but dinking this over. 12 HP in a dream for Zyrox.
Bit unfortunate. You go into basically a flat, like a three-way street as it is, and you have to look one way, look the other, but you're so focused on getting to sight in lieu of checking your corners. Check your corners, people. Check them. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to catch you off guard. But that was opposite of the bonus. They can't quite gain it. Doesn't really matter. You're going to be seeing a lot of rifles, but some half shields. I think the only Spectres actually got a couple on this defensive side, as Celestial did suffer a couple of gun losses. Oh my goodness! And Celestial loses their life
with
early.
that shot. Wow. Put Celestial to sleep. Juno Onigiri already back sight as well. She's out for blood. Blauertish still camping in that corner though. Holding the angle, just waiting for the rest of the team to push up.
Tuna's
Gets
surrounding
one.
him.
Do they realize Tuna's there? Gets another Blauertish on it. Juno Onigiri there, getting him through the wall. Gets the rest of the team onto site now. It's just Sky, Project Saint, the last person alive. See if they can take anyone with them. You don't necessarily have to win these 3v1s, but you take as many people down as you can with them, and you're ruining their economy bit by bit. But nah, Juno Onigiri not accepting anything about that.
No. Not at all.
Not having it.
Tuna was the difference maker, has been the difference maker overall for this squad, but dashing through when the poison orb was down, they had no idea, especially because it was Blauertish that was buried so deep in that front house that they couldn't see past the wall.
Doesn't quite have the vision on the line of sight to where they needed to, where she needed to actually be able to peek that.
Yeah, no. And so lost all intel. Anyone else that was back there was just going to die. 26 and 12 right now for Celestial. But we are tied.
Celestial's showing us how it's done, but 24 and 10 on Tuna Onigiri, so they're both pretty close to each other. Opting for that jet dash once again, unable to meet anyone.
I swear watching POV of any jet, it will give you whiplash.
I cannot play like that. My reflexes. Whew. Are we going to see an interesting play here? You see, but all three of them there. Tuna Onigiri gets one, gets two. What a shot!
Really
And
lined
Tuna
them up.
Onigiri get the last one. One knife down, two knives down, last knife. Tuna Onigiri's got to make that last knife count. He's going for it though. Oh no, the shock dart does it instead.
They'll throw the last one at their body, a little bit of extra BM, and they're only going to be able to gain Bulldog. But man, getting the first two, that was pixel perfect. Be able to get rid of that three-man squad, at least 2/3 of it, and then just force them into a situation. That knife actually could have just grazed them based on how little XP, or not XP, HP was left in them. But this is that was a save round for the most part. You see Bulldogs, Marshals for the all from Celestial, and now they're gonna be back into a rifle round, and we still have Bladestorm in the back end for Celestial. They're gonna be having a Vandal, and you also have Seekers if they want to either initially push them away. But look at this. This duel has been lived and lost so many times from the defense. I'm not surprised that FP Rising actually comes off from that archway.
I can't blame him. You leave your Skydog to get a bit of info. Oh!
Wow.
The one-way coming out from Viper there, but Tuna Onigiri just does not care about that one-way whatsoever. They now flood the site.
Oh? Wait,
Celestial
how?
went for that swing there. Unfortunately, KO meets them. Now the bomb goes down.
2v3 all the way from
Project Saint
Marketplace.
ulting there. We see the Sky Ult come in, knowing all three of them are on site. You see the way they're placed though? Oh, the bird unfortunately gets one. Unable to meet the last two. The last two being backside. Can Lauertish kill anyone? Unfortunately not.
Ended up being a little bit wonky. They did get the blind onto Twisted Vendetta, but then it ultimately just didn't pan out into more. What was interesting is that off of that dismissal from Rising, they were actually escaping sight. They were able to get a kill. I think it was on a Stinger, or actually maybe just a Spectre. But then they were still using the dismiss to get back to CT, but then the blind fire into the Sky Smoke did eventually kind of level the playing field, and Celestial was looking to make that swing. But 10 up, 10 to 8 rather. Team Vendetta is in better
See if Team
control.
Vendetta now can push out this lead. They've got a 2-0 advantage at the moment. When you've got this amount of momentum now, it has to make you wonder: will the other team be able to hold this down? The KO are popping in as well here, so there's absolutely no util being able to be used for Team Celestial. Tsuno Onigiri making sure that corner is cleared.
You don't want anyone down there with you. It's your fortress. That's where you live. No one else.
Got that fortified hold. Look at those Killjoy mollies. Does that work? It does. Wow. Okay. I never knew that.
But extra damage, and now dashing on. You have Blade Storm from Celestial. They get one.
Celestial
Trying to
gets
be able to
one,
find
gets
another
two.
one.
Finds the third. Celestial. What a play.
They are a monster. Getting a
Beautiful
4K.
4K from Celestial there. That
Plenty of
brings it
time.
up to 10-9. Looks like the momentum might be shifting.
I'm going to grab 2 almost immediately as they walk around the third, saving FB Rising's life because they were just staring at him saying, hey, we did it. No, there's still someone behind you. And quickly,
Surprise.
the horror movie turns into a feel-good rom-com instead. Celestial does reach
Hey.
the 30 bomb before Tony Onigiri.
See, I don't know about you, but Valorant can be quite the horror game when you're...
Oh, it is.
You know. Oh,
They-
for sure.
They need to officially add that to their genre list. If they don't,
Whenever I'm playing Raze, I'm constantly moving around in my seat, and honestly, like, I'll be jumping. I do be jumping, trying to bunny hop in my seat. And again, this one way comes back in again, opting to put the molly under it this time. I like this one way, but I feel like after a while, your enemy team gets used to it, and you see here they've gone for the swing, and Lauertish unfortunately unable to get out of the molly there.
they put their face in the corner, but they couldn't put their body in the corner. But look at this flank as well.
Sometimes you just have to turn away and accept the death.
Just
FB Rising
away.
gets one. Opts to go for the dismiss here. Killjoy Molly coming in. 4v3 at the moment, and all three of them are playing side. FB Rising gets another. The Sova swings, and the last person backside. FB Rising going for it. But Team Celestial, they're picking up another round, tying it up 10-10.
looks like that they preemptively, to be able to retake that site, use the Viper's Pit as well. So that does fall out of their ult economy, but you know what? You win the round. Everyone's gonna say, you know what? No big deal. Nice
These
try.
kills from FP here, like that flank, like it caught them off guard. They weren't quite ready for somebody to be down that lane yet.
Yeah, you usually have like at least a few extra seconds to kind of get your thought processes together. This time around, though, they were caught very much on their heels. But look how streaky this has been. About 3 or so rounds apiece between these teams. We started getting into the 4s, but we're 3 off from a team being able to
Teams
get.
are looking very balanced now. I mean, you see Celestial just above Tsuno Onigiri here, but the rest of them, everyone is pretty matched up in terms of kills and deaths. It's making for a good game. There's nothing better than a game where it goes on for a while, I find.
We might be able to see that here momentarily. The bomb is going to get planted. They were able to use that lockdown, be able to just create some space. Look at this. We already have another flank coming through as well as you have again.
5v5 here. No one's down yet. The Celestial, no. That's smoke. You see, this smoke here, this heaven smoke you see, is quite a bad smoke because you give the people on retakes so much space just to move out over heaven. They've got so many more angles that they can just swing out of here. Zyrock's pulling out the ult.
Nearly
Unable to
killing their
use it,
teammate.
Fair enough. But yeah, the smoke that you see here where they smoke in the middle of the platform, that smoke can be quite bad because you are then giving the enemy team or the retaking team so much space just to move up that platform and swing out from other angles that you're not expecting them to hold. You want to smoke it right at the collision where the wall ends, just so that there's no way for them to swing out without you holding that angle.
Yeah. And then if you really wanted to, you could be able to go up on heaven with them and get around onto that box. So yeah, but create some momentary doubt. But right now, there's a little bit more doubt in Team Celestials. They have to catch up. If Vendetta gets to 12, they will have the safety of knowing an overtime could be looming in the very near future. But a minute 30 to see
The
if this
overtime
goes to
can be
12.
pressure. It does bring a certain pressure. We're seeing talk of lineups in chat now, and I am a very big advocate for lineups. As a killjoy main, I have far too many lineups for this map, and it is honestly probably quite ratty. But it's what you have to do to win the rounds. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
I've seen
Looks
people
like
rely
Team
on them.
Celestial here will be taking the rounds unless Zyrox magically pulls a 4K out of him. Gets one, gets the Reyna.
About to get swung. Flank.
Viper there taking the flank, and unfortunately, Team Vendetta, they're not able to pick it up, not able to capitalize.
Not everything was safe until it wasn't. FP Rising getting absolutely dirty with it and pressing up. That is what any good Reyna will do. And Zyrox is able to at least live for a little bit longer. But we go to an 11-11. We actually have a timeout. So this is the first time we have timeouts, and we haven't really kind of talked about it yet. Where do you find yourself needing to properly use a competitive timeout? Do you use it whenever a team is gaining momentum? Just when you want to talk about something for, because I mean, this could bring us to
You never know.
series
I
point,
mean,
match point.
what is the timeout for? Perhaps there is a legitimate reason. Maybe one of their players is AFK. You never know. There doesn't seem like there's any connection issues though, so perhaps they're using it tactically. You know, get in their opponent's head. I don't know who called the timeout though.
Well, Tuna Onigiri, so the attacking side. So so Celestial just tied
Currently,
it all
we're
up.
getting a nice view of Jet's ass, which is very interesting for the production.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Straight.
right inside. Yep, fair enough.
Everyone's hollow. Everyone's jello out here.
But at least buy a dinner first, production. Jeez.
It's right in the crosshair right there. That's your new.
This is the shot. This is going to be the thumbnail.
Yeah.
I've just done the grab hands, but no one else can see that.
This has been very back and forth. Team Celestial is able to get the most recent round. We're going to have a big round moment here because if Vendetta were to fall again, I believe there could be an eco split that would not allow them to have the same amount of power going into the next.
This is either going to go straight for OT or it's going to be a 13-11. I feel like once you win this round, you definitely shift the balance, you know? There's a lot of doubt amongst teams when you're 11-12 or 12-11 up, sorry. Can you win?
A little bit of lag behind too, is you do have the KO kind of way back, and maybe they're waiting on that flank. That's actually concept.
Not a bad way of doing it. Just see if they can pick off the flank early.
And they have a flank already coming. So that's actually going to be a point of contact way back from main A.
They probably realize it by now, but there is a lot of flanking going on, but FP Rising, they're able to take out the KO anyway, so looks like the flank from her work, after all. And you see again, this smoke has given so much position for them to push up, and you see the jet here, but Celestial pushed up, but Tuna Onigiri does not allow it. But now you see my point, like, if that smoke was a bit deeper in, Tuna Onigiri would have seen him a lot sooner. That's Blautish versus the two of Team Vendetta, but we see a Brimstone ult here. Not that it needs to be used, because Zyrox just kills them before they get a chance.
Got caught reloading. And you know what? They did create or take up a lot of that extra space, but they were able to at least get the trade out, but it did suffer losing a teammate. And now it is Vendetta that is on map point here for the semifinal before finding themselves possibly into our lower skirmish finals for this week here at the Goose House. Make sure that you do check them out. You can go to the Discord at discord.gg/TGH, as well as go over and find them on the Goose House on Twitter, where all the fun socials. Ryan, we know that he makes the best formats for them. So make sure to go check him out, as well as follow him here because they'll be doing this every single Monday throughout the entirety of the year. And you can hear about all their awesome announcements. But with 90 seconds to go, I mean,
There
Zanya,
they go. We see the KO ult come in as well here. Project Saint gets shut down by Shuno Onigiri. Going for that switch. Doesn't look like anyone's opting to switch for the smokes here. All of them on site as well. FP Rising, I believe, who was sat in B main here. And again, this could be... Oh, no, pushing up to site. They were trying to go for the flank. The Jet... Ooh!
wow.
What a nasty shot. Just sliding over the roof and putting a knife in the head. 2v2 now, Celestial Vendetta. We see both Killjoys. We see Celestial and Zyrox alive here. Zyrox goes down. Liv is the last one alive. Both mollies pop. Liv gets one. It's all down to Liv. Can she clutch it? Gets them off the bomb. I believe that's not enough time to defuse anymore, and Liv gets the kill. 13-11 to Team Vendetta. Well played.
Vendetta came up big, strong, and they were able to hold this from a great post-plant defense.
Liv clutching that
Oh,
back.
man.
Bringing Team Vendetta into the finals.
Yeah, so Team Vendetta will be moving on into our lower skirmish bracket. Again, if you guys want to be part of these every single Monday, make sure that you do join up into the Discord. They make all the announcements. I think there's even like a Valorant role now for Valorant specific things because guess what? There's a lot of Valorant being played over
There's
here.
a Valorant notices channel, and yeah, you
like a
can
whole
use
thing.
the information channel to react to the roles, so you can set your rank. You can use the LFG chats as long as you're in the VCs to ping for those ranks, and you can also ping for customs. What more could you want? And honks. And honks.
And honks. They want the honks.
Always.
Yeah, always honks. Maybe
are live.
Maybe some bonks. But we will be taking a bit of a short break as we go over into our next one. It's going to be what the lower skirmish finals, and Team Vendetta gets to showcase themselves against them. I guess early thoughts before we even get over to that break. Lasagna, do you think that this is a team that's set for a final berth as well as a win?
I'm impartial. It's hard to know. We saw some very good plays from Team Vendetta here. The Jet, Shuno Onigiri absolutely dominating that game. But with the supports on the back end of his team, I think it will be a good chance. Be interesting to see.
I want to see if we have more Jet pop-offs, but it depends on where we go. Maps are going to be drawn up by the teams here forthcoming. We're going to see it on the other side of a short break.
I hope to see something interesting, but yeah.
or nothing, then I would want it all. Happiness needs pain, like the ground needs rain, and fire breathes flame, like I need you. Victory needs a fight, like the dark bleeds light, and wrong craves right, like I need you. Like I need you. Like I need you. Like I need you. Oh, I got lost on the way to you in an orange sky by the ocean blue. Every mile lost, my soul renewed, taken by the sunrise and the golden view. Walking slowly in the mountains underneath the constellations. Yeah, I know that you've been waiting for me. Time is losing all its meaning, like I'm living in a dream, and I've been chasing all the feelings I need. It's in these moments with words unspoken, my eyes wide open, life tastes so sweet. It's in these moments where all I know is coming into focus, and now I see. It's in these moments. It's in these moments. Oh, I know that you've been waiting. It's in these moments. Oh, I got lost on a winding road in the dark of night with the stars aglow. Heaven's up above, got me below as I head to you like the river flows. Walking slowly in the mountains underneath the constellations. Yeah, I know that you've been waiting for me. Time is losing all its meaning, like I'm living in a dream, and I've been chasing all the feelings I need. It's in these moments with words unspoken, my eyes wide open, life tastes so sweet. It's in these moments.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on
I live a life without a meaning. I live a life without sense. Once you've opened up my eyes, I started healing and made me find another chance. So I tried to survive all the pain inside my mind, but only God knows how to leave it all behind. We were bound at the start, now you're tearing me apart, and I'm the one to start the fight. From once upon a time, will I just keep floating away from this world? Pick me up, give me hope, let me say one more word. Heaven's so far away tonight, but where the water meets the sky, we'll be alright. The world we left behind. The world we knew just started changing. The world we had just broke apart. We were bound at the start, now you're tearing me apart, and I'm the one to start the fight. From once upon a time, will I just keep floating away from this world? Pick me up, give me hope, let me say what Brother, sister, can you hear that? Our heartbeat cutting through the ether. Star drifters, can you feel that? One love can make us all believers. A generation of renegades, we don't have to stay alone. So brother, sister, can you see our light guide us home? We'll paint the sky with our energy, so they can see us from outer space. Through the dark we will radiate. They're gonna see us from outer all the faces in this ocean come together, making memories in motion. We're the traces of the chosen. Let's come together with a heart wide open. A generation of renegades, we don't have to stay alone. So brother, sister, find your spaceship and let it take you home. We'll paint the sky with our energy, so they can see us from outer space. Through the dark we will radiate. They're gonna see us from outer space. They're gonna see us from outer brother, sister, star drifters. We're the traces of the chosen. We'll paint the sky with our energy, so they can see us from outer space. Through the dark we will radiate. They're gonna see us from outer space.
Baby, can you pray, pray tonight? Baby, can you pray, pray for? Oh, baby, can you pray? 'Cause every time you make time, it's only to the end. So pray tonight. So you won't for everywhere right now we have surrounded, I know it. But I'll be ready every day. Know everything's alright. Are you gonna pray? Are you gonna pray tonight? pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Gotta pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, pray, pray, pray for me and fast. Baby, can we pray tonight? Baby, can we pray fast? Oh, baby, can you pray? It's every time you make on time. It's only to the end, so pray tonight.
I will never rest until I'm dead, no greater pacing. Push me past my breaking point, but it don't even faze me. You think you got me beat, I guess you don't know who you facing. I got places to go and you know I'm gonna make it. Adrenaline is pumping, feel it running through my veins. And feel the rhythm in my bones, I put my soul down on the pavement. Nothing can slow me down, I'm coming, so don't look now, girl. I'm around like you're coming, ignoring all the warnings, so don't look now, girl. I'm around like
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. We are now into the finals. We will be seeing a game on Icebox with Team Vendetta and Team Charlie tonight.
Be
Yeah.
a wild one. Yeah, we got Vendetta that just made it through the semifinal. In case you guys weren't watching, well, that's not cool. You got to be watching. It's went 13-11, Lasagna. That one was very close, but this is a different beast. I know you said that you're a Killjoy main, but
I am.
would that sit well going to Icebox because things are a little bit different over here?
You know what? Funnily enough, I don't play Killjoy on Icebox. It's not something I do. But that being said, I've seen people play her really well on Icebox, so
Okay.
it can be
Okay.
considered. What
What's
about
your
you,
switch
Monkey
up?
Man?
Okay. Well, I guess I'll reveal mine. So
Go for
I
it.
love to be Viper mommy on this one. I think the
course.
Viper, she's
I can agree. I can get
yeah,
behind that.
she's the quintessential. She's kind of like a sentinel on this. Just don't have the anti lurk, but she opens up so many lanes. But I think that she's the most comfortable when it comes to this site. This one is more dictated about how effective I think your initiators and your duelists are, especially the duelists, because
Yeah, for sure.
it's really tough being able to kind of get around all these ridges and bridges. But what about you? I need to know, if you're not on Killjoy, who are you on for this?
So again, I'm actually like you. I'm a big Viper fan on this map. Viper for this map. The smokes, it's just incredible. Like I don't think you can smoke quite like Viper can on this map. Um, I also play a bit of Raze because I think Raze's kit on this map is incredible. Like the grenade spots you can get on this, absolutely impeccable. We're going into the game now. We can see so far we've got an Omen on one side and a Viper on the other.
Okay,
What
that's
are
a
your
bit different.
thoughts?
Yeah, so Omen being he's actually kind of fun to play, especially if you create some extra space moving up into A. If you want to go play around the ult orb as well as play more vertically, that's where that site really kind of shines. That's where a lot of these are. Onigiri, that's a little bit different for us because they were on the jet last time around, but it seems they want to go into being more in control. And Rakamaki was at least floating. We actually may have a couple Sentinels. Does Liv sit on a killjoy into this? I know that we get a lot of sages as well for absolute denial, but Blue has locked in a Yoru.
Yoru.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the one thing Team Vendetta might be missing here are flashes. You don't have any sort of blind or flash on Team Vendetta. There's nothing for it.
Now they're
You've just you're
just gonna
relying on
flat.
that jet. Sorry, we just spoke over each other.
Well, no, they're just gonna flat entry. They're gonna go
Yeah,
off of Vendetta, but we saw them playing off of that KO before, so I wonder if they're gonna be as effective as Onigiri was because they were hitting their shots.
definitely. It'll be interesting to see. Um, Anything can happen, as you know. And we're kicking in now, just watching the cinematics first of all. You really don't realize how much of a beautiful map Icebox is, do you?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of stuck on this little harbor of this loading bay area where everything's trying to be able to put all those deliveries onto the giant ship. But opposite of that, it is a massive, beautiful sunset into an ice cold bay. But I we talk about Icebox. It definitely has a thoroughfare through mid kitchen up into ramp, and then underneath can be so tough to defend as well as to actuate as a moment of movement. I mean, do you favor A or B on these hits? Because I'm a little weird. I love B for some reason.
I think it really depends. I think for B, I believe a Sage is quite important here, especially for getting that bomb down. Because you see where that edge of the container is up into nest. It's quite hard to hold that when you've not got any sort of blockage for that area. Especially for people swinging it, you can get some really easy early swings on that. Um, I feel like as well with mid, we're definitely going to see the Vipers throwing their orb just to block out that mid bit. You might have seen the TikTok. People talk about quite a bit using that orb just to smoke it off, just to train the enemy to think that you might be lurking through that smoke, or you might not. But who knows? They're gonna have to hold it regardless.
It requires some extra assets to be invested. This one looks like it could be
Yeah,
a 4-1 kind of tenuous nature. Yoru being on this map, especially on attacking side, is going to be interesting because so many clever and weird ways about playing from them to be put forth. We actually have one player hanging out all the way in spawn, but they do come up. So eventually they hit the keyboards and now away we go. And you have kind of all of one person hanging out with it. And the decoy was into kitchen already from the Yoru. It looks like this is going to be a full A main hit.
that's Overdart scanning the jet early as well. Ojo Marty's pop. Are you a Euro player yourself, Monkey Man?
I wish I was. They're those players I think have a little bit of a psychotic issue at times, but they also create some of the most interesting plays. You do have a big trade, and another one that comes out as Knight is able to turn today against Twisted Vendetta. Charlie going onto this corner, and they're actually able to stay a step out of the snake bite as the acid trap doesn't land on the mark, and eventually the bomb does plant down. So away we go as the retake has to happen into this 3v3, and Zyrox can't quite hit the spam shots.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting play out. We see that the bomb has been walled off here, but this could also mean that they could drop in and get that defuse quite early. Charlie gets one. Looks like attackers win that.
Yeah,
Very good round.
I was holding back from that mid position, and I mean this was just working off of the wall. You were talking about Sages being pretty prolific in their positioning and using that wall. I've seen some teams punish them, especially if they plant all the way up underneath rafters. But I mean, hey, good round. The take goes to Team Charlie, who we haven't seen a lot of as of yet.
I think Sage is on this map. There's a lot of places for you to plant that bomb and Sage wall it out. As we've seen there, like you can use that Sage wall very effectively to block off the bomb there and create a little bit of extra time, because destroying that Sage wall is time consuming. It's not easy. It's like they're opting for a mid push here as well, trying to destroy that Sage wall early.
Very effective way to keep players that are trying to push through from having any room for free. And the attack did hit, so they have the power diff as Tuna Onigiri is trying to be able to hold this all the way from yellow. And you do have the you have a
Bomb
nice
plant
shot.
denied there.
Yeah, so they're looking for the quick plant, holding deep into yellow box, and they will be getting caught from behind as the drop down. Tuna Onigiri finds another one and checkmate. Well, they just got checked as they were put to the floor mat. But that leaves Charlie, the namesake of the team, by themselves, and they're gonna have to find themselves into a double swing. They don't get anything as Twisted Vendetta now is able to lay us up into a 1-1 with just 6 HP. But I mean, that one was stopped early because of the Sage Wall.
Yeah, the Sage Wall, as you see there, it denies so much space. I mean, and also it looks like Tuna Onigiri there manages to just take out the bomb plant there. And I think that was another thing. The bomb going down, especially in a location like that, is very hard to retake afterward, especially when your team is not prepared for it. You know, you think you've got that spike down, you think you're safe, but sometimes it just happens like that. Which means that Team Charlie now will be on a save round, whilst Team Vendetta are on a bonus.
I love how these decoys can so situational. It used to be nothing. You used to just have footsteps. Don't know why you TP all the way through there, but hey, you know what? Whatever. Some omen thing.
I wonder if that was a fake TP, perhaps trying to see if he can lure the enemy into thinking that he was elsewhere.
Oh, that's true, because you'd be able to take up over the top of Maze. But
yeah, exactly. I see the person taken down from belt there.
You have a swarm grenade going off, trying to be able to take away that default plant position. That does force the spike a little bit too far as they are popping away from screens, and now you're seeing the weapon differential really come into fruition as 3K is up for Liv, and another one out the wall bang from Zyrox. So that is a couple in a row for Vendetta. They went really, really deep into their semifinal before, so they're still on kind of main pace from game pace, I guess it is. Because you can go from the shooting range, you can feel good, but you really, you know, it's up to how you actually are finding these trades. But we will go into a rifle round here. A few Spectres still left for Vendetta, so not quite the same for them. But they built up a pretty considerable bank after breaking that second round.
I think you see a lot of the time, you stand in the range and you're hitting your shots and you're feeling warm, but it never always translates into a game because you don't know how you're going to play. You don't know what the enemy team's going to be like. And to commentate on that plant as well, that was a very, very deep plant spot. I've not seen that one used before, especially not for a plant where you've attacked site face on. The Omen TPing up.
Oh, not hitting shots. That one was actually very nice. They're going to upgrade? No, they'll downgrade into the grave. This Cade is going to be in chase. They do look after Blue's Yoru decoy. So the wall goes up. The plant will go down. This will be a 3v4. Looking for some distance. Twisted Vendetta is able to find Charlie. Here we go. Round number 4 as this defense. They actually pop themselves up with the upward gust, but they get pushed to the ground as well off that box.
Not able to find anything there. It looks like the Yoru's got a TP set down, but he's dead. 2v2 now. Akamaki finds one on the defuse. It seems like the Reyna is just too late to actually get anywhere to stop this defuse, unfortunately.
We'll lose that duel. Oh, that's rough. Now, again, Team Vendetta, they were on the slightly lesser buy. They had 3 Spectres, and they actually almost... Vendetta came up with the lesser buy, upgraded weapons, and Charlie was with the real rifles, but out of a little bit of mispositioning. And so Knight was just a little bit late to the party. And look, I love that Liv is already prepping for this default. We haven't seen a proper default plant as of yet on A.
You have to think to yourself, do you need to start mixing up your mollies a bit, put them elsewhere? Perhaps that's why we're seeing the deeper plants. They know that Killjoy mollies are going to be there, and rather than having to deal with them being popped, you just wait it out. You plant it somewhere else, It keeps you safe. It means you're not taking any chip damage, because that molly does do chip damage over time.
Nice dimensional drift is able to get used, but Blue pops out from the other dimension and doesn't find a kill off of that stinger. Knight comes up over Liv. This attack really has been kind of short-lived. Knight will pop the Empress, and so that's going to be a fast-firing Spectre, but they have to be able to have it hit some body shots and more.
Zyrox from distance. Handle the recoil there as well. That recoil can be very... Oh, it doesn't matter, though. He's shredded him.
That one, just so good. You know what? Sometimes the recoil's there, but sometimes it's also just about putting bullets down range. too many bullets, too little time to recover and react. So getting a second round. Let's look at the ult economy. We are one away on a couple of folks for the Hunter's Fury on Xyrox and Liv. Actually, the same thing for Rakamaki on trying to be able to keep extra personnel on the field off of that revive, and then Bladestorm and even the Viper's Pit. They can really dictate what this next round looks like if they want to invest some of this.
I feel like we're going to see the Bladestorm coming in here. Yep. But will we see the Viper Pit comes out early as well?
Oh,
What the height on that? Jet
had
go
to-
into the heavens.
yeah, they had to have been outside kitchen for that. There's no other way. But the revive
the
does
res
come
off,
through.
yeah. Yori pulled up from the hell that Jet sent him to.
What? Have a bit of that Valkyrie style play. But now they're trying to be able to land.
Ooh,
It's
lovely
not going to
shot from
happen.
Sova.
Again, they are maintaining this wall play, making sure that they don't have any free rotations up into kitchen. Liv is able to put down Knight, and this will stall out this attack. I say that. Plant does go to B because everyone was shifted over with the Viper Pit onto A. I'm surprised that they let the numbers float that way, given that they had a full Viper Pit wall in front of them.
For sure, for sure. You see a lot of the time they'll shoot this Sage Wall a little bit. It seems like they're just trying to distract a bit so they can... Ooh, lovely shot from Rakamaki here. Another one from Liv. Omen, unfortunately, having to retreat away from this Killjoy ult now, which gives them so much time to defuse. And that's another round down to Team Vendetta.
Playing for the save. They went actually to go and pick up the operator. Good shots right here by Charlie, but good retake as they do invest the lockdown to be able to get everyone off site. Checkmate just kind of ran away with a high investment weapon. So they will have that in the back pocket. They have the From the Shadows as well. If this team and Charlie can be able to safely get away, they could be able to invest some into that Hunter's Fury for post-plant, or even be able to clear some sight, because right now they don't have full AoEs. But
I do wonder if we see that From the Shadows ultimate come in, especially with Omen playing that op at the moment. I don't expect to see it just yet unless he plans on dropping it.
I'm surprised they held on to it, to be honest.
Yeah. Definitely an interesting play, but I suppose, you know, it's, as you say, it's a valuable weapon. High value, so it's... And it can be useful, especially for holding off an angle. It needs early rounds in check.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Spam will come through. Is Kate able to hit it? They will only get about 30 HP. Actually, not just about. Definitely only 30 HP. The revive is available for Rakamaki. Able to keep the numbers up. But everyone's starting to push forward. Nice little mounts into B. They're actually spamming through. Rakamaki is able to get rid of their doppelganger and Kate. And then that operator will be hitting shots as Checkmate finds two. Twisted Vendetta
Charlie
is
faking
able
the
to
plant
eliminate Knight. They have an op problem against them. And a big dash. And everyone
What a
drops.
lovely shot.
That was 3 for Checkmate off of the snipes. Hey, you know what? I'm not doubting an Omen with an op ever again.
That makes two of us. We just got to let him do his thing. Look at the lovely little flick here from Charlie. Absolutely not letting the Jet get away with that.
They did like a Power Ranger spin kick move straight at him. just bringing the foot. Whereas
We're like we're watching something from an action movie.
they brought a fist to a gunfight and lost. So good impact by Checkmate, who again still has that From the Shadows to be able to re-navigate around this map.
The one thing we're seeing here as well, Monkey Man, that is very, very even again between the teams. Is something I like to see. It's not always nice to see a completely dominant team, but the fact that, you know, we're seeing 4-3, the rounds are quite well tied up between each other. And the Reyna coming in here, unable to pick up anyone, unfortunately.
It's been a favorable spot for Knight to kind of creep up into. Now you actually have the Hunter's Fury invested to deny the default plant, but they're just a little bit too high. Spike is, in fact, down and not planted, though, so that has stalled things out for the time being. Liv finds 3 as Blue was able to delete Xyrox in the midst of that ult. This is a weird one. So look how far away Checkmate is actually running. They don't have Spike, but they're going to be using that From the Shadows play to get on top of it. If they don't recognize this play, they're going to be able to get through, and they've actually have Charlie delaying them.
We're going to see a
go
fake
through.
here as well.
Yep, they got the Spike.
The only problem you have here, though, is that Rakamaki is right here waiting.
Oh,
Now Charlie has to get that spike and a 4v1 on their own. Unable to find the kill on Liv either. Liv with a 4k. They're absolutely popping off today. We've seen some impressive kills from Liv so far. Right, Monkey Man?
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to kind of just hang out and hold down the house. I almost wish that that plant had occurred in a less than default place. I mean, it was just away from the line. Maybe get up underneath the nest instead. But the woulda, coulda, shoulda. And this has been Liv really dominating. I mean, you were talking about not wanting to play Killjoy too much, and
Snake that molly
others
in there.
do. I mean, you taking some notes here from Liv?
Oh, I'm always taking notes. I was watching those lineups from earlier with Duke Air. The thing with Killjoy on this map is she probably could be good. I've just never been a fan. I much prefer playing Raze. I do enjoy doing my satchels, as I say with all my. Ooh, see a lovely shot there from Twisted Vendetta.
So there's been all of one operator purchase between these teams, and it's been traded between them between an Omen Death and now the likes of
Knight
the other.
lurking up there.
Knight get some extra kill. They get scanned. Blue is going to try and support them over into screens. They get one as Rakamaki will hit the floor. The plant is coming through as that wall is set to defend them.
Quite
They
an
got to be
aggressive
ready
push here
for
from the
it.
Jet.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get that scope in.
Swinging aggressively like that with an op is sort of a hit or miss tactic, really, because as you can see, it's a high risk, high reward maneuver there, because you could either get really lucky or you can't. And in that situation, he did not get lucky. She did not get lucky, I should say.
One single ping in this 1v1. Recognize that they cannot go around the owl drone.
I feel like
He's
this
looking
drone
for
might
everyone.
have delayed too much time.
Did. Especially because if they ping it again, all they have to do is look. He looked at, and now get the blind.
That's it.
Yep. Should be able to get blue in a position. They'll be able to get that kill. 3K over to blue. And we will have Team Charlie finding another one as that bomb will, in fact, go off. A great kill by Team Vendetta as they were able to get rid of the operator from the field. But it was the attack that ultimately hit. And that was an interesting wall spot. I haven't seen one set up like that in a minute. That
Can't say I have
allows...
either.
Well, because you had that server over there. And I haven't seen it to where you can traverse between that back corner and around server. So that's a nice little niche to be able to kind of get behind.
Does watching blue make you want to play Yoru? That's the question.
Oh, no. No.
No, there's nothing that
No.
will make you want to play Yoru.
Look, I love Yoru. And I wish I could be as cool as people that do play Yoru. I will be trash. There's no way.
I once tried in a Goose House Customs, actually, and I have to say I was absolutely atrocious. I do stand the mechanics whatsoever.
I think people are both crazy and smart, and maybe even crazy smart when they play Yoru. You
Sometimes
have
it
to be so
works, though.
creative. Yeah.
It's like the Omen plays. You see the standard, the blind, the TP behind them, and you think to yourself, how the hell did they get away with that? But it works. You commit to it. You have the balls. That's it. You get the kill. Yeah, all it takes.
Right now in the middle of a summoning circle, trying to bring a T-Mat back from the depths, from the nether, from the void. So now they're, I think this is actually how you either bring about rain, maybe even players. Oh, it looks like they have returned. Welcome back. See, look, it works. Magic happens.
There we are.
Magic happens.
I believe
Well-
one of our own, Kai England, is in this game as well. Is he not?
Okay.
I think from what I was reading in chat, I think I don't know what team he's on, but I know he's in it. He's not usually one of the regulars we see on the casting team, but today he's actually decided to join in the fun.
Okay.
Dang. But I'm not
Sometimes
too sure who he is or what is.
Sometimes casters end up getting a little bit smarter from watching you guys play. Not gonna lie.
Maybe that's what he does.
Hey, I've taken a few tactics and they work once, and then I try to do it too many times, and then I get caught. So that's usually how it goes.
That seems to be the case for me as well. You do something too many times, and they pick up on that, and they pick up on your repetitive actions, and that's it.
Yep.
Omen again doing this TP just to throw them off their game a bit.
Ooh,
Ooh.
gonna get caught in that gap, and it's blue. That does at least get one before Tuna Onigiri is able to find him. You have the dark cover.
Picking up an info character like that can be very, very important. I mean, that stops them from knowing now where the enemy is. See Liv get two there. What a lovely little spray down. Second one being the headshot. And the
Checkmate and Charlie just unable to hit shots. The lockdown invested, but this spike is running away. This is a Sage on all their lonesome being pushed away
I
to
think
a 1v4.
we were going to see a bomb plant here, I would say, if she can hurry up onto site. But whether or not Kate wins this round, who knows? You never
Well, they
doubt.
delayed too long.
Yeah.
I know.
I would have opted to go for the bomb plant then myself, just to get that little bit extra econ. It's always worth having the extra creds in these rounds, especially in the later ones, because you know sooner or later the overtime's going to be hitting. We're on 5-4 now, 6-4. Sorry, should I say?
How much extra credits do you get? Like 300 credits?
I think
for
it's
bomb plant?
300. I'm pretty sure.
300? Somewhere in that range?
Not much,
Yeah.
but that could still be the difference between a half buy and a full buy.
That's very true.
I mean, you know, those light shields coming in, but if you get the heavy shields, it just makes it a little bit easier to withstand.
Yeah, they would have been at what, 3,300-ish, maybe somewhere in that range. But nope. Right now, this is going to be a light buy for Team Charlie. They are within 2 rounds of ending this current half. Last time around, we went even Stevens through the first half. This doesn't seem to be an infiltration. They're going to try and stick in each other's butts to be able to maintain some level of lethal. But that Sheriff doesn't hit. Twisted Vendetta does. And though the wall is up, there is a lot of damage being done by Vendetta themselves.
Vendetta here, jumping up on the wall, gets another lovely shooting. So how would you play these save rounds, Monkey Man? Do you think a rush into site is an idea, or would you play more of a default?
I think default isn't going to be your best way. Play off the hip, be able to have a a triple swing. And also, if I want to just have fun, everyone pick a frenzy. Go.
Oh, for sure. Run it down with a frenzy. That's the way.
Yes. That's the ultimate way.
It really works. The frenzy is quite buff when you get up close and personal.
Especially if you have 5 people in a death meatball rolling at you with it. Like,
I'm impartial because sometimes I believe that a good default works, because if your enemy team is getting aggressive and you can get one person off, that's a Vandal that you have, and that's an advantage.
that's true.
Especially when you drop a player as well, and you think you can then overwhelm more than one player.
Surprised we haven't seen more expectations of getting rid of Tuna Onigiri. I nearly call him Tony, but Tuna is coming in huge, trying to be
Get
Big
one.
Tony. Do they find a
3.
third? Yes,
Wow.
they do. The spike drops down. They have one right around the corner. Do they know that they are there? They're hiding behind it. Will they swing forward? No, the reload comes in. They have 30 HP, and now it becomes, can you usurp Tuna? Not quite. And Blue Knight, they will be still existing. They actually pop the Viper's Pit because they've just been so powerful. Why not make their domain even larger? 8-4. That one was all Tuna.
Tuna really showing us there how it's done. The one picking up the second with 30 HP as well, just taking the heads off of all 3 of them. Well played from Tuna.
Fearless.
Or Tony.
Or Tony.
Yeah, well, you
Tony
never
the
know.
Tuna.
Could be their name. Could be. We'll never know. So 8-4 to Team Vendetta now. What are you expecting to see in this half now for Team Charlie on defense?
Well, if we kind of look at how they can receive, Yoru's an interesting beast when it comes to this setup, because Killjoy as an attacker, I mean, as a defender, I think that her gadgets, especially with Liv, were
16-4 right now on Liv.
Yeah, 4.0 KD, by the way. They were so impactful, being able to delay the plants. I want to see how the retakes are going to happen with Yoru. I expect a lot of flanks coming out of Team Charlie. That's just what makes the most sense to me. Yeah.
The thing is when you're playing Yoru, it's really, especially on this map, as I find out, it's really easy to be really ratty with it, because you can TP to so many different spots, and you get an advantage because nobody knows exactly where you are unless they've seen the TP. And you get into a good spot, easy kills. You know?
Overhill happens. Liv drops down. Knight can also be just as impactful as they're able to get the nice devour. Oh, Tuna! I keep wanting to call him Tony now, but it's the defense of Charlie does come up big, and that's just flat out winning the fight by Knight. They were able to just kind of stand strong. You had some good crossfire between themselves and their Sova opposite of them, and checkmate. I mean, that one may have fallen, but look how everyone just kind of grouped next to the server.
They might have just wanted to see what they could do, but unfortunately, Tuna Onigiri's team were unable to pick that up. But still, we now see the next round, and we're seeing a full buy from Team Charlie now, understandably. See a mix of Spectres. We got a Vandal from Knight, which, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of a second round Vandal. I don't know about yourself. I think it's too powerful of a weapon to give away to an enemy team at this early stage. Especially, you know, you go down to a pistol and then they get a Vandal, then that creates retake. It makes it a lot easier for the enemy team.
You end up kind of question mark pinging someone about that? Like, hey,
yeah,
what are you doing?
I mean, I'm always Spectre light shield, Spectre heavy shield, or a Marshal, to be honest. I
Okay.
used to thoroughly agree with the meta of Stinger light shields, but now it's probably gone back to the Spectre because, as you know, the Stinger's been nerfed. It's not quite as good at range as it used to be. You have to kind of control your spray recoil there. Is that Sage Wall a bit too tight to actually get the bomb plant on?
Well, that was a defensive
Yeah.
Sage Wall.
Oh.
So they were able to,
There we
yeah.
go.
So they kept that corner entirely divided. So they were stuck either breaking a brick or coming around. And some did move through, but ultimately Team Charlie, because of that delay, this has been more about the util kits for your Sentinels, really delaying pace on the attack to give a big chance. And that was off of the Killjoy before on the defense, and now this time it's been pretty good from Kate, who's been doing really well off of that Sage. But need to see what else can develop because I think this is gonna be it's gonna be a beast war.
I do question the attack of Team Vendetta here. You've got 2 Sentinels, which does mean that their attack will be a little bit limited. Obviously, you haven't quite got the kit to get onto site that you would need, like flashes especially. There's no flashes on this team whatsoever. But that being said, you've got 2 Sentinels to lock down the site, so a successful attack on the site means that afterwards you're going to have a lot easier time holding that down because you've got 2 people that can hold off an angle or deny the plant. Yeah.
He finds
That
2.
Killjoy like that? No, it was a turret.
Liv is gonna hop on top of the box. Are they ready for the double swing?
one.
They're able to elevate. That creates the tiniest
Well
bit
played.
of difference. That was so good. They were hopping up. I can hear you clapping. See, this was really fancy when it came to prepping the double swing because look, they both press out the same time, but Liv had already elevated and that isolated the line of sight to just one, and they were in a favorable position for it. So well done by Liv to get that in more advantageous favor for that attack. But now go into the rifle round. Someone with the Guardian. What do you think of the Guardian? Because I kind of hated it before, and I love it a little bit more now.
I tell you what, I used to be absolutely atrocious with the Guardian, but I've since been warming up a lot with it in deathmatch. I think it's not a gun that I use too much, but if I want to practice, you know, hitting headshots and stuff like that, and making sure that I'm not spraying too much, then the Guardian's what I go with because it's definitely the one in terms of hitting a headshot. As you can see there, Knight absolutely rinsing Tuna Onigiri there.
Found a couple so far. A distance Guardian battle. It's very accurate, has that extra piercing power too. This attack has been absolutely slapped down. And from the flank side, hey, blue comes in. And then I have the pick of the litter when it comes to any of the skins they might want. And just look at this. No one ever expecting it because so much of that forward power was right in front of them. And blue just makes the swing. And that is exactly what you do as a Yoru to be able to find some advantage. But now, are they going to play into this buddy system? Because if they keep that Vandal, they're going to want to keep it on their side because they're facing 5 rifles.
I agree, but it looks like
Okay.
he's opted against the Vandal here, which might
There
have
we
been a
go.
better shout. Sometimes in this kind of situation, you sort of have to accept that the full buy of a Vandal or playing hero weapon is not always the best shout. Blue behind them yet again. But are they aware of it? It doesn't seem like they are.
I know. He's going to be able to get some for free. Actually get some
There's
spam
one.
through. All the way top screen. Have some support out from kitchen. They
Ooh, we got
reinvent
another
and
one.
re-peak. You have the Viper Pits, Tuna Onigiri, waiting for them to drop through. And Tuna does at least find checkmate, but the spam is coming back on as well as they were 1 versus the world.
It
So-
seems like the thing you see with a Viper pit there, don't you? Very often.
Yeah, Tuna's been pretty loose with just using it. They just kind of, all right, let me throw this thing up. Let's see who drops into it. And it's a rough call if you cannot find where the snake is slithering around, but that has allowed Team Charlie to slowly catch up. They were on a save round. We have another rifle. We have light shields, live at 19 and 8. They've really kind of come alive in this one. And Tuna has still been impactful on that Viper. It's just been kind of different for them. They're actually putting the poison orb out to maybe allow them some extra line of sight denial, and the lockdown is at least being teased.
Are we going to see a Killjoy lockdown here? The turret seems to have messed up its positioning there. Knight quickly dismissing away before he's killed. And the Killjoy goes down. This is an interesting play now. Are we going to see a good retake?
Be repelled back, lockdown, being invested, always creates some of that extra space. Twisted
Good
Vendetta's
thing
hanging.
to do. The lockdown is obviously, you get detained. That's 4 or 5 seconds where you're completely useless to your team.
Big blind. Charlie coming in. Now they're gonna actually put the snake
We're
bite
seeing
on.
some
Charlie.
lineups. I
Oh,
think it
they were.
missed though.
Yeah, it didn't matter in the long run because they were getting caught with util in hand. And I love that Yoru decoy in that moment because you get aggressive. You're trying to be able to get like onto sight and kind of find where everyone is, and so you maybe just be running, put it in a premium position to get shot by Twisted Vendetta, and then they get blinded, and everyone knows they're just hiding under the rafters.
For sure. And I also do believe that our boy Kai is actually blue, so this is our Yoru player
Hmm.
showing
Okay.
us the Buki plays from the TPs and stuff that you can see from your remains. I have absolutely no idea about.
I will still not play him. Look,
Nope.
I just
Nope.
you're better than me at this game. You're better than me at Yoru. I'm not doing it. I refuse.
So who do you main? What's your...
I love controllers. I love controllers and sentinels. Give me Cypher all day and Killjoy as well, but I love a lot of Omen. I mean, give me Omen, give me Viper. Just love being able to kind of dictate that. I cannot play a duelist to save my life. I love raises, but you're not going to get me actually getting any kills. As we actually maybe look for some kills off of a couple of trading ults, the Bladestorm is now down, and you actually get Charlie taking care of Liv with the Hunter's Fury, and now the attack is starting to be able to find some space. An Owl Drone will go up to see who is left alive as they're in this 1v3, and everyone's hurt from the side of Team Vendetta, but hey, someone's dead now as Charlie hits the ground. We're now on the swing of Vendetta taking that lead back.
So, do you think we see an overtime, Monkey Man? Do you think that's a possibility at this rate? It's
think
very
right
back
now-
and forward, isn't it?
It is. If they're able to keep this up in their hands, Checkmate is able to do what he did and get that 3K, or at least some high value off of this defense, maybe. But I believe the first 1 to 11 is probably going to be the team that just kind of smokes the rest of the way out of this final.
Sure.
It has that feeling.
It seems to be the common theme. Team Vendetta are only 1 round away, so it really depends on how Team Charlie perform this round if they manage to make it further. Like, Checkmate with the op here, unable to connect though.
Window. If they can be able to identify that they
Ooh.
actually just drop their reticule straight onto a body baseball swing. Tuna
That was a
is gonna
lovely
be a
little shot from
revive.
Tuna Onigiri there.
Everyone is very hurt in that corridor. They turn right around. Blue is not going to be given a free flank. They've seen too much, and Charlie doesn't see anyone at all apparently until they decide to die.
Until it's over. You bunch up too much in that maze area and it screws you because you let them take so much of sight. That's the only real issue you have, and especially with Yoru on the flank potentially as well. Obviously not in this situation, but for other situations, you get surrounded too early on, that's it, you're kind of pinned. You can't do anything. And I think that's how it is now. You've got one person holding what looks like to be towards screens and another person holding towards heaven, but you're completely pinned. There's nowhere for you to go.
This is one-on-one. You have a very hurt Viper. You have a ticking time bomb. They're just behind the box. Oh my goodness. They're going to get
Goes for the
whipped.
knife.
The
Wow.
fan slap rap-a-tap down. They didn't ever clear that corner. They thought they were being held via maybe some lineups from the Viper, but the retake was all of a step away from being complete. Oh, getting slapped by the fan. Just like a whap.
We have actually yet to see any lineups coming in though, so where they would have got that idea from, but then you have to stick it at that kind of thing, don't you? There's not really much at that kind of time. There's not much you can do other than stick that bomb and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Ugh, I wish I had better lineups. There was a day that someone was like, "Hey man, you got lineups?" I'm like, "No, don't even. No, don't. We're not playing that game right now."
Is it something you want to learn, or are you not too fussed? Or
It would be neat to have as a back pocket, like a novelty.
Yeah.
But not something I want to lean upon. And I know me, and if I learn something, I will use it too much.
I am guilty for that. I think lineups can be great in accommodation. It really depends on how far back you're playing. Like, for instance, some of the lineups on Icebox are good because you're not playing too far away from sight. You can throw your lineups, you can re-swing, perfect. But what you want to avoid is being too far away from being able to re-swing obviously off the bomb. I think Brimstone mollies are quite hard to actually get the lineups right for as well. Especially because, you know, you've only got one of those.
Oh, Checkmate found out as they were trying to press onto side. They actually had gotten 3. Liv has just been putting on a clinic how to be Killjoy on Icebox. They play away. The bomb goes down. They get the spike relevant. And then the Viper Pit was actually used to create an entire smoke screen that was too hard to be able to navigate. So Tuna, more into that supporting role, still hits 20, 11, and 8. And Liv, 21, 11, and 2. Those two have just been rocking the house. But the entirety of Team Vendetta now on map point, on skirmish point in this final. The operator is in the hands of Zyrox. It's not a great buy. There's a lot of light shields, guardians, and a bulldog. The Bladestorm will come forth as well. They're going to try and run away with it if they can.
That a right click throw from the molly by mistake? Ooh. They've turned down there. I feel like I've had a lesson in how to play Killjoy here today with Liv. Honestly. I have to start playing them in Icebox.
Killjoy is effective in a lot of places. See if
Very true.
You know, can finish it off though. You have one up in heaven. They have to be able to get this retake. They do find one off the bulldog. Tuna Onigiri. That's blue. That's able to find Zyrox. It's a 1v1 for the skirmish. Blue trying to clear up at least top and nest. The poison orb goes out. The plant is right in front of default. Oh, are they gonna sneak up on him? Yes, they do. And there it goes. Your winners will be Vendetta. We saw them in the semifinals. They kept that momentum and they just ran it down.
Well played indeed. Tuna Onigiri there, managing to clutch out the round for us, and that means that we are going to see Team Vendetta as our winners this week.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts from yourself, Monkey Man?
I mean, just a job well done. They played really well around their Killjoy and a total respect. I mean, Tuna Onigiri continued to just be prolific as a player from Ascent over into Icebox, and I know that we were learning a lot about maybe some Sentinel play out there, but this is a team that did a job well done over in our lower skirmish, and so showcasing the best of what you can see here for the Goose House. I need to know, are you going to be picking up any of this stuff going into maybe an uppers skirmish tournament next week?
I think the one thing you find a lot with the upper skirmish now, especially as a Killjoy main, is you realize people will shoot your mollies. You have to be a little bit more crafty with them. You can't just be leaving them in certain places. Like obviously, Liv got away with it there, but some of those mollies may not be as handy in the uppers tournaments. You know, people know the mollies eventually, but you never know. Maybe the knowledge translates. Sometimes you bring over stuff.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll be able to. I'll be casting you here soon, so I wish you the best of luck if you do intend to compete, man.
I thank you, my friend. Of
course. Well, that's all that we got for today. It was honestly really fun being able to cast alongside Untidy Lasagna. This is first time.
Great.
Was this your first time casting, or
No,
was it like
second
first of a
time.
few? Second time.
I did something with Veggie Hot Dog a few weeks ago. We did the Stream Team Showdown.
Okay.
I love my boy Veggie Hot Dog. What a great guy.
Oh.
I believe we should also thank the production team as well in the back. I mean, Jay coming in absolute clutch for us, and Jacko on the observers. Obviously, Ryan, DG, Azul. Give them a little round of applause.
A little bit of a social media prominence from Ryan, of course. Everyone, Jacko, great observation. Jay was able to cover for Tex, who Tex was doing all the land things all the time. So if you want to be able to see all of that awesome prod, as well as some great gameplay, and maybe even some cute casters out here, please check us out again, as we'll have another skirmish coming up next Monday. Every Monday until it's Sunday, I guess. We're going to be doing all the uppers and lowers. This next one is going to be what? I guess Diamond and above. So
Diamond to Radiant, yeah.
Yeah, get your ranks up and join it. It's quite a jump. You can talk to Lasagna out here about how to be able to grind into the uppers. How long did it take you? A long time?
Oh, it's been way too long. I think a lot of people in the server that are sitting around the plat 3 mark are probably feeling the same thing, to be honest. You know, like, oh, why does it take so long to hit this rank?
It's forever.
Yeah. What rank are you, Monkey Man? We don't actually know.
That's the end of the production as we go out the other door. I'm Hell Monkey Man. That's Untidy Lasagna. You guys have been fantastic. Make sure to follow the Goose House on Twitter and everywhere else. And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, my friends. Have a good evening.